Shai, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shamalakah, Bashim Shai, to all the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Kamadan, 500 out of Southern California. Today's Friday night, Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue. And I have it on the board in the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, and this how you would spell it in the English, right? So we have the La, the Sha. These are two singular. When you see these characters underneath when you see these markers underneath the characters, it means that they're singular. And then you have the Y, this connector. These are connectors, right? They connect two characters. So you have one, Lashawan, which means tongue. So that's me right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, come. All right, most of first. So Lashawan means tongue. Qadash, right? You have the singular, and then you have dash, the da and the sha, which makes Qadash, which means holy or hallowed, right? So today's class, Lashawan Qadash means a language. With holy means separate or set apart. So this is a language that's separate and set apart. And Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, this is your language, your original language according to the Bible, right? So I'm gonna get into the characters. In the Hebrew, we're gonna get into the Hebrew characters and the Assyrian characters. I'm gonna erase this. Right? So these are the original Hebrew characters. You have A, Ba, Ga. Let me write it down here. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Shata, right? So A, Ba, Ga, Da, A, Wa, Za, Ka, Tha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. I'm gonna leave it up on the board. And I'm also going to write them in the Syrian. You know, even though it's in the Syrian, we still read it the same as the Hebrew. Right? So in the Syrian, I'm writing big so y'all can see them. Give it a few more minutes. Give me a thumbs up when you're done.
You start raising the top
Yeah.
up from me.
You got them done?
Just a last one.
Good to
You're
go?
good. Yeah. That's good. Thank you.
The Syrian characters are a little bit more hard to write, right? So you have the right, so so these will be the Assyrian characters, and you read them the same way. Now, some of, if you can see, there's a double character, and I'm going to explain it right now. So you have the again, ba, ga. If you guys would like to have a Hebrew chart with the Hebrew characters and the Assyrian characters, drop your email on the chat, so that way we can email you a chart so you can follow along every Friday. This is the Da. It's logged in. Same thing as in the Hebrew. The only thing that in the Syrian, there's double characters. So for the Ka, you have a double character. The second character comes at the end. All right. right? So the second character only comes in at the end of a word, right? So you have the ka. This character comes in at the end of a word. The pa, the taza, the ma, and the la, and the na. These characters, every time they fall at the end of a word, we're going to use the second character, not the first. These are always used in the beginning of a word and in the middle of a word, right? So, for example, the word malak. Everybody knows that the word malak. Um, so you have the malak. Malak, which means king. Right? King. So in the Assyrian, you have the ma and lak. Ma. Right? Malak. So you have the ma, that's a double character, right? All of these are double characters. The ma, so like not the la, but you have the ma, which is a double character, but because it's used in the beginning or the middle, you use the first character. And then you have the ka. The ka, since it's at the end of a word, you're going to use the second character. Second character always, when it falls at the end of a word, that's the one you use, right? Malak, which means king. You have two characters. One falls at the beginning, you're going to use the first one. The ka falls at the end, you're going to use the second character. You have any questions on that?
Yeah, on that second character, that is that
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same as the?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay.
So, but this one at the end of a word, this is the one you use. This one right here, when it falls at the end of a word, like right here, malak, the ka, it falls at the end of a word. If it was let me see, what's the word with the khan, right? So khan, which means yes, right? So khan in the Syrian, since the K, I mean the ka is in the beginning, that's the one you use.
Okay.
And then the na, right? The na is another one that has double character. So khan. So the na, since these are connected, right? These are connected, the khan and na, which means when they come together, it makes the word khan. Otherwise, it would be kana, but it makes kan, right? So you have the ka, which is in the beginning, use the first character, and the na, which is a double character, you use the second one at the end, which would be this one. Right? So kan. Anybody has questions? All right.
And between the first characters that you showed us in the beginning,
Yeah.
As
What do you mean the first characters? Like these ones?
no. Like the first characters that you
Oh
showed
yeah,
us
the
pre-
Hebrew.
pre-
Yeah, the
pre-
Hebrew
the
characters.
Hebrew characters. Were these used at a certain time or just
Like
in
my
different
kid,
places?
can you answer this? So like, hold on. Can you repeat the question? When what?
Were they used simultaneously, like at the same time frame, or were they just used in different places? Like, let's say if we were like, let's say in the Middle East, or if they were in Asia Minor or whatever, were they used just in different places, or were they used at different time frames? Like, let's say.
Well, they were used from the beginning since Adam. So since Adam and all through our generations, the Hebrew language, I mean the Hebrew characters, the ones that I wrote down first, those were used, you know what I'm saying, through our generations. But then when we were in the Assyrian captivity, you know what I mean?
Okay, so that one developed in our Assyrian captivity.
After, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, that's why this was called the Assyrian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing, like the oppressor, you know, you'll have the A, B, G, D, H, W, Z, right? And then you have this one might be the C, Ka, the T, Y, L, M, N, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
S, I, P, Taza, I'm not sure, you know, Q, R, S, you know, like that. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and our the way the way that we write it down from left to right. I don't know if you notice that. So Malak, right? Malak, this how you would spell it, but this how you would write it in the Hebrew, but you write it right to left.
Yeah, that's why it confused me when I asked you that question. Why did it have to change if it was, the same letter?
Oh
Yeah, because
that's just a standard. So again, like the ka, right? It has a double character, and so there's the ma, the na, the pa, the taza, right? And they change at the end of a letter. I don't have the answer yet to that. Like, why does it change? But you know, what I mean, that when you see, like, let's say on a Saturday we have the Sabbath service, right? And then we read the uh, the uh, the ancient Hebrew, right? But you know, some of the Bibles that we have might be in Assyrian, right? So you know that's what you have to get familiar with. You know, there might be a high holy day. Right. You'll come up. You have to present yourself. You know, and you have to. You might have to read, right? So when you start getting familiar with the letters, like, you know, the double characters, you'll see them at the end of a word. You know what I mean? And you'll know that it's still the ka. You know what I mean? It doesn't change. It'll still be the tazah, the pa, the manan, and the ma, right? So it's just in the Syrian that it changes to a double, right? But these are just examples right here of the ma, which is a double character. When it's used in the beginning, it stays the same. I mean, it is the first character. If it was to be, let me see, what's the word that it'll be at the end? Like shalom, right? Shalom, which would be shalom, right? That's the sha right here. The la and the ma come together, which makes lam, right? So in the Syrian, you will write it down like this: sha, and then you'll use the ma, the second character, because it falls at the end, right? Um, like that. Shalom, which means peace. Peace. All right. These are just examples of when you have a double character either fall in the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. Oh, you have a question, sis? Go ahead.
So you know how you said the second character comes at the end of the word? Is that for the Syrian or for
Only for the Syrian?
Okay.
For the Syrian, and in the Hebrew, there is no. You won't have a double character for the same. For the ka. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be this one here. That's the ka in the ancient, but in the Syrian, you have a double. You know, this one falls in the beginning, and this one's at the end. You got good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Now, so now we're gonna get into the Lord's Prayer. You know, you was with us last night when we threw it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you could, can you get the book of Zephaniah 3 and 9? And then just read it when you got it. So the Lord's Prayer, it'll be out of 1. So,
You said Zephaniah 3 and 1?
3 and 9.
3 and 9.
Yeah, so, right? The Lord's Prayer, right? In the Hebrew, Lord, out of 1, Palah, prayer, right? Latino, so if you notice in the English, it's prayer, Lords, right? But in the Hebrew, when you say out of 1, Palah, Palah, that's the correct way, right? So you'll have like for instance, in Spanish there is sometimes where you in English you say it a certain way, and in Spanish it'll be backwards, and I'll explain that right now when we get into the Lord's Prayer, right? So the Lord's Prayer. Can you read that Zephaniah 3 and 9?
Zephaniah 3 and 9.
Yeah.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
For then will the Lord turn, the Most High turn a pure language back unto us. This is a pure language. The Lashawan Qadash. That's a pure language. It hasn't been tampered with, nothing, right? Keep reading.
That they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
And that we might call upon the name of the Lord. What's the Lord's name? Yahweh. Yah. Yahweh, right? What? Right? But what did keep reading? Let me hear the next
To serve him with one consent.
To serve him with one consent, right? So the Lord's name is Yahweh. Now there's a people who say they speak Hebrew, right? But they speak Yiddish. And that right there has been tampered with. They really speak German, because Yiddish is German mixed with Hebrew, and then, and it turns into Yiddish. But this is pure. This is the pure language right here. Yahweh. What do they? Yahweh, right? That's how you say the Lord's name. When you want to call upon the Lord, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, this is the name you call upon. You, Malama, go ahead.
So like, I just want to talk. What was that precept? Something like
Oh, 3-9, right? But what is the imposter? What do they say the Lord's name is? They'll say it's anybody want to take a guess on what they say the Lord's name is? Go ahead.
Yeshua?
Yeah, Yeshua, exactly. Right, so they'll say Yahshua, right? Yahshua, and then later on, the oppressor. They even, when they brought out the J, they call them. They call him Jehovah. Go, Malama, you wanted to say something?
So they also say Yahuwah.
Yahuwah, right? Yeah, all of those. All of these are incorrect, right? All of these are incorrect. This is the right one. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you want to pray unto the Lord, you want the Lord to hear you, that's the name you call upon. Yahweh. Can you read that from the top again? Zephaniah 3-9.
Zephaniah 3:9. For then will I turn the people a pure language,
Right?
that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent.
One consent. Let me. Is there any more on that, or that's it?
It goes on to verse 10.
Let me hear verse 10.
From beyond the rivers of
Oh, that's it. Right. So the Lord's name in its purest form is Yahweh in the Hebrew. It's not Yahusha, Yahshua, Jehovah. These are all incorrect, right? These are all been tampered with. You know what I mean? You want to say it in the purest form, will be in the Hebrew, right? And then can you get one more for me? It's in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, 1:1. Right, so this is what we're doing here in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, is giving blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans their pure language back, right? The pure language back, and no, it's in the Apocrypha. It's in the. Oh, you got the Apocrypha? Oh, okay, no sweat, so like it. You got the 1611. All right, yeah. Ecclesiasticus. Let me see. It's gonna be like in the middle. Is this chapter 1? Yeah. Let me tell you where to read from. So like it. It was right here in the prologue. In the prologue. Right here. Right here. If you could. Can you just read right here the prologue and then start from right here where it says 4 down here 4, but just read the prologue. Go ahead. Tell them where you at.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, the prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach.
No, but start where it says 4. Drop down to where it says 4. Yeah.
For the same thing uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them, and not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets.
Oh, that's it. This one goes here. Okay, yeah. Read that again.
The prologue of the wisdom of
No, 4. The drop down to where it says 4.
For the same thing uttered in Hebrew.
For the same things uttered in the Hebrew, meaning in the Lashawan Qadash, and the holy tongue, Go ahead.
And translate it into another tongue.
And if you translate it in English and Spanish and Chinese, no matter what language you try to translate, the pure language. Go ahead.
Have not the same force in them.
They don't have the same power, right? So when you say the Lord's Prayer in the English, because we do say it in English,
Right.
but that's for so we'll know what we're saying. Right? So we say it in the Hebrew, and that's what we're about to go get into the Lord's Prayer. So when you say it in the Hebrew, it has way more power. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about our language. Our language has power. The Spanish, the English, which is the same language, Spanish and English, they'll try to tell a Latino, hey man, speak English. You're in America. And in their ignorance, they don't know that Spanish is a European language. Portuguese, French, Italian, all these languages is the same language, but with a different dialect. It still comes from the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? But our holy tongue, holds power. Go ahead.
And that's real heavy because right now I realize that no matter how slow you recite it, and I mean how slow you try to say it with feeling and stuff like that, that it doesn't impact the Lord, or the Lord doesn't take it into as serious as it would come in its natural language.
Right. I mean, well, the Lord, he'll still hear your prayer. You know what I'm saying? But when you see it in English, it's like, more power. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I'm pretty sure you understand, being Latino. Being Latino, when a word ends in a A, it means feminine. You know what I'm saying? When a word ends in an O or an E, an I, it's like more masculine, right? But in the Hebrew, if you notice all the characters, they always end like in an A or something like that, right? But when I say my name, Kamada, like that whole, it sounds like it sounds masculine. You know what I'm saying? And when you say a sister's name, what's your name, sis? Maparia?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Torah works.
Say that again.
Good works.
Good works. Torah works. Torah means good. You know what I mean? Those are words. Torah, La'a, Khan. These are words that we use, daily. In here. You know what I mean? What Torah means good, and then works means what? Maparia?
Yeah.
Maparia, which means good works, right? But even her name, Maparia, you know what I mean? Like it's feminine. You know what I'm saying? And a brother who might have the same meaning, his name might be different. You know what I mean? And it's gonna sound masculine. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. But to get into the Lord's prayer. Right, so we always face the east, and we do the Lord's Prayer, because in the Lord's Prayer, it also has the curses. You know what I'm saying? And Christians, that's what separates us from the Christians, because we follow the Lord. What the Lord hates, we hate. What the Lord loves, we love. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord loves the Yasharala, which means Prince of Power, Blacks, Latino, and Americans, and He hates the heathen. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say was that I always thought as the Lord's Prayer to be like an example. Like, I never knew that it was like something that was taught that we needed to to either recite it with as he taught us. I thought that maybe it would be like, okay, you take the Lord's Prayer and what it says, and you take it as an example. Like, for example, when it says, "Our Father," give Him the praise first, and then it comes to asking what you want, or asking for what you need, or what you need Him to hear,
right,
from you. Like,
anytime you need it, anytime you need anything, face the east, and just throw up that prayer. Right. You know what I'm saying? Throw up that prayer, but make sure you serve it. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask the Lord anything if you're not serving Him. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, but anything else you want?
Yeah, and and I always taught it to be like just an example. For example, like I thought that you would, as long as you give them praise first, and then you do. I thought that would.
Oh, I hear
to
you.
Pray, you know
I
what I'm
hear
saying?
you. So and like in order for you to ask for something personal,
Yeah.
first you have to show reverence.
Exactly.
Oh, I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were saying that's what you used to think.
Yeah, the Christian
Okay.
way. That's
Yeah,
what I
right,
thought
right,
the
right,
Christian way was.
Yeah.
that you give him the praise first, and then you would go on. I thought that was the example of our Lord's prayer,
Oh, okay.
as it wasn't, as
Right.
it's given to us in, I guess.
Like if you want to receive anything from the Lord, you have to do you have to do the Lord, you have to pray. Yeah, how do you say? You have to do the Lord's prayer first, and
Right.
then throw up a prayer for what you need.
Right.
Oh, okay,
right.
yeah. No, like that's not how it works. The way it works is like, you could, if your mom is going through surgery, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? You got COVID, like, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? You need anything and you serving the Lord, you must serve the Lord first. You know what I'm saying? You must be obedient, you know what I'm saying? In order for the Lord to protect you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, kind of. But we're gonna get into the Lord's Prayer, and we're gonna start with again, um, out of one pala, which means the Lord's Prayer, and the first word is abanawa, right? So it's ba na abanawa, right? So right here, ba. Oh, it's like these are also singular. Abanawa, right? So Abba means father. Right, father. Right, father. Now what? It comes from the word naknawa.
Instead of a
Oh, Salaki. Salaki. The water. Banawa, right? Father. So Nawa comes from the word anak. Anak Nawa, right? Anak Nawa. But we only use the N, which is Nawa, which means it means our, us, or we. Abanawa, right? So the way you would say it in the Hebrew is Abanawa, but in the English it'll say Father our, right? And that's one thing I was going to say earlier. So in the English we'll say our Father,
Right.
but how would you say it in Spanish?
Padre nuestro.
Right. So it'll be this way, Padre nuestro, which is still backwards. You know what I'm saying? But in the Hebrew it's our Father, right? So it's right. So we use our Father, Abanawa, right? And the Nawa means us or we. You know. We're not gonna write it in the Syrian because this is gonna take too long. We just gotta we're just gonna get in the Hebrew. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So Abonawa, which means our Father. Right? Shabbat. Shabbat Shemayim. Shabbat Shemayim, right? So Shemayim Shemayim means heavens. Oh, so like, okay, so the Shah means which or that. Mayan means waters. Water. Right? Shabbat means in. The Ba in. Right? So our Father, right? Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, right? And waters, these waters is talking about the it's not talking about like the ocean. It's talking about, you know what I mean, where the stars and, you know what I mean, where the firmaments at, you know what I'm saying, which are in heaven, you know, Shemayim, which are in heaven, right? Which or that, that it's in heaven, or that it's in heaven. Our Father that's in, how's it go? Which art in heaven. Okay. Our Father which art in heaven. Right, again, the Shah right here. You have the Shah again. Right, it's the same thing, which or that. Shabbat, Shemai, which art in heaven. You good to go? The next one is Qadash. 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 Qadash means, again, holy, or hallowed. Holy or hallowed. Holy or hallowed, or set apart or separate. So Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, which are in heaven, Qadash, right? Holy, so like a hallowed. Good to go, sis. Hallowed. Now Haya. Ha. Haya. Haya. Haya means be. Hallowed be, right? Haya. Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, right? Who are in heaven, Qadash, hallowed, Haya, be. This one's easy. Next one is Shamka. Shamka, right? Shamka, was the sham. Sham means name, or there, like there they go. Ka, the ka means your, right? Qadash haya shamka, what means hallowed be your name, right? Hallowed be your name. Hallowed be thy name. You know what I'm saying? In the what they call it, old Quaker English, Malakma, or
Right. Or quicker English.
yeah, old Quaker English. It'll be thy, thou, thine, thee. You know what I'm saying? That's the ka, right? So shamka, your name. Hallowed be thy name, thou name, the thy name, thou name, right? So malak watka, right? So we're already so malak, what's up? Malak watka. Lak, because you have the L, the La and the Ka coming together. Lak, Waf, the Wa and the Tha, Waf, Ka, Malak Waf Ka. So we know that earlier we said that Malak means king, right? Waf, when the Malak Waf means kingdom. Malak Waf, kingdom. Right? When the Malak and the Waf come together, it means kingdom. Again, this one means the Ka means your, thy, thou, thine, thee. So thy kingdom come, thine kingdom come, your kingdom come, right? So like I'm jumping ahead, come, right? Right. So Malak Ka means your kingdom. Malakwatha. Thy kingdom. Thine kingdom. Right? So again, Abanawa, which means our Father. Shabashamayim, right? Which are in heaven. Qadash, hallowed. Haya, be. Shamka, thy name. Oh, Salakia. I forgot. I jumped ahead. Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Right? Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Yeah. The Lord's name. Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom, your kingdom, thine kingdom. Right? Malak with Ka. So like y'all get, let me know when y'all good to go. Y'all good to go? Well, you good to go too?
Yeah.
The next one is Taba'a. Ba, ba, Taba'a. Taba'a. Right? So Tha means he. Which could also mean you, your. Ba'a. Ba'a means come, came, come in, came in, enter, enter in. right? So Qadash, right? Hallowed, Haya, be, Shamka, thy name, Yahweh, Malakwatha, your kingdom, right? Again, your kingdom, Thaba'ah means your kingdom come in, came in, enter, or come, right? Malakwatha Thaba'ah, your kingdom come. Now, the next word we're gonna get is Ratazaka. Ratazaka. So Ratazah means will. Oh, Salaki. The one. Ratazaka. Ratazaka. Salakia. Ratazaka. Ratazah means will. Ka, again, that one keeps coming up, right? Which means your or thy. Thy will, your will, right? Malakwatha, thy kingdom. Taba'ah, come. Ratazaka, thy will. Thy will, right? The next one is Haya. We already went over this. What does Haya mean? What does Haya mean, young man?
Be.
Yup, Khan. Ha. Haya. Haya, which means be. Again, right? Saba'a ratazaka. So like it. Ratazaka haya, thy will be done, right? Ratazaka haya, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Aisha. 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 Another, if you want to put this on your notes, haya is also be, exist, or is. You will put that on your notes. So haya also can be exist or is. Aisha is do. Do. Make. Done. Or made. Right? So thy will, so ratazaka, thy will be haya, right? Ratazaka, thy will be ratazaka haya, thy will be Aisha done. Right? Aisha done. Thy will be done. Ratazaka haya Aisha, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Rataza. Rataza. So ba, ba, ra, ba, arataza. So ba means ba means in. At, with, By, in, at, with, or on. So most of the time you always use in. This will be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the majority of the time, in will be the when you say by, it'll be in. You know, other times it could mean on. You know, this one comes in second, at third, and with fourth. All right, by. In, at, with, on. So arataza means earth. Ground, land. Ba arataza. All right. So just to kind of recap it, so ratazaka haya, right? That will. Ratazaka haya aisha, that will be done on earth, in earth, at earth, with, right? But in this one is in earth, in the ground, in the land, right? That ratazaka haya aisha, that will be done in earth. Ba'arataza, in earth. There you go. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to the Lord's Prayer. We're gonna get a few more because we're not gonna be able to finish it. It's already 9 o'clock. So lock it for starting the class late. We had internet issues. The next one is Kawa. 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 The ka is or like. Ka means is or like. Wa oh, so like it or is. So ka means as, like, or is. Wa, it. Kawa, it is. As it is. Barataza. Barataza in earth. Kawa in earth as it is. Right, as it is. Earth as it is in heaven. Lashawan. Right? So again, Haya, right? Kawa Haya Bashamayim. Again, as it is in heaven. Y'all should already have that in your notes. Haya Bashamayim. Right? As it is in heaven, Nathan Lanawa. Nathan La Nawa. Nathan Lanawa. Right? So, na, so, Nathan La Na Nathan Lanawa, right? Nathan Na, right? So Nathan means give. La means two. Nawa. We touched on this on the beginning of the class. The beginning of the Lord's Prayer. Nawa means us, we, or our. Nathan la Nawa. Right? So again, give us, right? Give us, or to give us, right? Give us. Nathan Lanawa. Lakam. La come. La come. Lakam. Lakam means bread. Right? Nathan Lanawa, give us our Nawa, right? Our bread. Lakam cow. Lakam cow. Lakam cow. This one means all or every. Cow, yawam. Cow, yawam. 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 Yawam is day, daily, today. Yawam. Right? So again, Nathan Lanawa, right? Nathan Lanawa, give us to give us, right? To give us, Nathan Lanawa, give to us, right? Come, la come, bread, cow, yawam, every day. Give us our daily bread. So like give us this day our daily bread. Right? Give us this day our daily bread. Na Nathan Lanawa Lakam Kau Yawam. Give us this day our daily bread. All right. And with that, I'm going to end the class. We're going to have a part 2 to finish the Lord's Prayer. I'm Police Officer Kamada, Southern California. You know, we have a school right here on San Bernardino, 246 East Highland, San Bernardino. You know, you could contact us. You could contact us on Facebook. You know, keep tuning in. Any questions you guys have, you know, you could hit us up on Facebook or on Google. On Google, search us up, Isupk San Bernardino. Any questions you guys have, you guys can make them on a you can reach us through there. You know, we have a number you guys can call. You know, and with that, I'm gonna end the class. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Atah B'Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Shalom.